All right, so we got a KitchenAid, Whirlpool made dryer. And I was told that the timer is not moving, so I put a tape there and I wanted to see basically if it's running. But apparently it's not just not rotating, or the timer is not moving. The machine would stay running and running. That's one issue. And so right now we're plugged in, pressing the start, nothing. Also, I notice the lid or door switch is pretty much broken, so we'll have to deal with that as well. So it could be a bad door switch, that's why it's not starting. Yeah, so let's dig into her and see what's going on. Timer feels weird. All right, so we're right there and we're gonna run this thing to see if this piece is moving. We reconnected our switch. The other wire was not going all the way in, making a circuit. So we're gonna press start. So we're running. All right, so we're gonna open this timer up and we're gonna check the motor, the timer motor, and see if it's getting voltage. It might just be a bad motor. So the timer itself is not advancing. The timer itself is working. We do have heat, but it's just running and running. So you come back an hour later, your dryer is still running. Not very efficient and could be dangerous. Overheat your clothing. All right, so let's open this thing up and take a look. So we just opened this up and look at this. Looks like one of the screws are actually out. So the timer motor is not even engaging to do what it's supposed to do. So a lot of times, guys, it's not the end of the world sometimes. So we're gonna unplug this thing and insert it. My next thing I was going to do, we're gonna turn the machine back on and we're gonna check for voltage going to the timer motor. And we will know for a fact that the motor is getting power, and then we'll see if the timer is moving. You can actually pull it out, but we're gonna just check for voltage first. And if it's getting voltage, we're gonna put a screw back in there and call it a day and plug it back in and see if it's moving. Keep it simple, and then we go to the next step. Now, sometimes you can look in here and see if the screw is in here. I don't see it. So, pretty strange how it came out. So, I don't know. All right, so let's get that. Let's see if we can find another screw. All right, so I'm pretty sure we're going to turn the machine back on. We're going to check for voltage on this pin and also on this pin. And that's going to tell us if we're getting 120 volts to the motor. If we're getting power to the motor, then we know the motor should be getting voltage. But since a screw was missing, it's not the exact screw, but it is holding. So we're going to leave that alone. Now we're going to check for 120 volts on this and on that, and we should be good. If we're getting power as the machine is running, then I know we're golden. Okay, now you can see my voltage. We're gonna plug back in and turn on. Timer is so much tighter. Before it's really loose, very tight. All right, so I have it right on the mark. I'm gonna check for voltage, press start. All right, guys, there you have it. The timer was missing a screw, and we see it moved. And then I advanced it just a little bit. I wanted to get to there, but I wanted to verify that the timer is working. So it just turned off. Let's turn off that buzzer because that was super loud. So now we're going to do a nice clean on this thing, and it will be good to go. The larger screw that I put into the timer motor is actually better. I'm thinking maybe it just fell out. So the larger screw is going to hold it in just fine. I might put a little bead of silicone on it just in case. And now we're going to take this off and do a good vacuum and clean this thing out. All right, switch is done. Beautiful. All right, let's do a vacuum and we're done with this. Thanks for watching.